Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Terrence.
What's up?
And special guest, Demetrius.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. We have plenty to talk about this episode, plenty and checked out. No science and tech, but we do have a stupid tech that I don't know what it is because Micah went on to the docket and added this. So, which he wrote, yo, come on.
Wait until we actually get
I'm
to
just
it.
going to wait.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have a clue what it is either.
And by the way, since I know he listens, I would like him to just randomly find stories. That will be his contribution. So I'm asking him to do that right now. So this is live.
I really wish he was on this episode. Because of the Spider-Man trailer.
Yeah, I did talk. I did talk to him about it. I will just say that we'll talk about the Spider-Man trailer. I have a text message exchange from him, so I'll read his thoughts on that. But yeah, I texted him. He was like, "I'm in a meeting. I haven't seen it yet." And then he messaged me. He was like, "I saw it. It was awesome." Like he was like super hyped about it. So I'll read you exactly what he said. All right, so. Plenty in lightning round and movie and TV, and of course, we do question of the week is back. What the fuck, of course, and then we've got plenty in trailers, including the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, amongst some other things. So checked out. The two of you have seen the series. Did you both finish the series?
Yeah, I finished it.
Yes, I did.
Okay, I have not seen this. Everybody's talking about it. Tell me why women who think this guy is attractive and cool are out of their fucking minds.
Go first.
I'm gonna sip my scotch and not do a spit take.
Okay, so the main character, I didn't see the first episode, because I...
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't see the first episode because my girlfriend had watched it, and then she just said, well, see if you like it. And I just watched the second one all the way through while I was playing Destiny. So, yeah.
Christ.
The obsession is real.
I mean, I don't see how women think he's hot.
Well, hold on. What is the premise of the show?
Okay, I'm sorry. So the premise of the show is that this guy is a stalker. He has an infatuation with a specific type of woman, or with a specific woman and whatnot, and he laser focuses on everything around her life to try to isolate her from everyone so that it can be just him and her. And the twist happens halfway into the season where, he's not the only person doing this to her. And then from there, things take a major left where they're not even involved anymore. And then something...
You're giving away way too much. You are.
Am I?
You kind of are. Like, especially...
No, because
should I edit this? Because I feel like maybe that might bother
No, because I didn't mention anything about a certain person, and then
I know what you're talking about.
I didn't mention anything about that person. I didn't mention anything about how far he goes to do these things that he's doing. It's ridiculous.
Well, the premise. Well, he gave you the premise. He's a guy. He works at a bookstore, right? A woman walks into the bookstore, and he instantly basically falls in love with this woman. So he does whatever it takes.
It's ever happened to any of you?
No.
Love at first sight?
No. I don't believe so.
Lust at first sight.
Yeah, lust and love are two totally like that shit happens every day. Nigga. I don't know what you're talking about. Like
Instagram.
I have Instagram.
Like, exactly. We were just looking at somebody earlier, but whatever. She walks into the store and he's like, I don't. She walks into the store. He's like, yo, wow, I have to have her, and he does. Like, he does whatever it takes to get her, right. And then from there, like, it just goes off the fucking rails. Like, literally, with the second episode, you're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this dude?
So here's the thing that's really interesting about this series. So it's only 10 episodes.
It was a Lifetime. It was supposed to be
right. No, that's the thing. It's the
was.
series. No, it premiered on Lifetime, and in the US. Then it got picked up by Netflix internationally, and then they moved it to Netflix. I guess it did so well internationally. They just moved it and made it a Netflix original title. Which is really interesting. I mean, weirdly, when it comes to stalkerish, disturbing, male toxic behavior, Lifetime is nailing it. Like, they got this shit on lock. They're like, R. Kelly, we'll do the You series. Like, we got this. Step aside. So that's kind of fascinating. But yeah, a lot of people are talking about this. I'm very interested.
But the weird thing is, like, I didn't know anything about it. And then somebody was like, yeah, this people find this dude hot because of the lengths he goes to to get with this one. I'm like, y'all niggas are wild.
See, that,
like, what is wrong?
Did that? Okay, now
no.
Did he not see the Gillette commercial? Or
no, see,
Be better.
when you said that, it just clicked. Be best. It just clicked.
Hello.
That right now we're in the era of dating where men don't have to do a whole lot to get a woman's attention because women. No. Okay, so
says the guy who benches 400 pounds. Shut up.
No, but see, no, this is the mentality, right?
Continue.
Okay, so
would you like me to get you a shovel, or you be?
Okay, so we're talking about the numbers, right? You're talking about the ratio, men to women.
There are more women than men.
There are more women than men. Now, if you think about it, there are more. I don't want to call them hoes, but there are more women who
Tread carefully.
Yeah, there are more women who. And I've been drinking, so what's this?
It's that fucking Bill Burr joke, like, hey, just slide over. Go ahead.
Okay, there are more women
fast twitch
who do not have the same type of morals or standards that other women have. So they are willing to do what they want to do to get what they need done, right?
The following views are not. I'm kidding. So then, I understand what you're saying.
So
I don't agree with them, but I understand.
Okay. So the thing is, like, women are basically cannibalizing themselves when it comes to their availability to the number of men that are there.
I don't know that I agree with that. I would say I would counter by saying it's more of there are more women who are. I don't want to use this word.
I'm not saying a goddamn thing.
No. I don't want to say behaving because behaving sounds as a negative. It's not negative. I think more women are coming into their sexuality, and I think they are in society. While society is shifting to allow that to happen, I think a lot more women feel more free to just like have sexual partners and it not be dating, or it doesn't have to be a thing serious. And I think that's what's changing the dynamic, right? And so guys are like, oh. Like when I was dating, 1,000 years ago, like there were, I was dating during the cusp of that time as it was changing. Because I'd meet women, I'm like, yeah, I'm not really like looking for a girlfriend, and they're like, oh, me either, and I'm like, oh, damn, okay. I didn't know this world existed. Like this is amazing. But I think that's where the world is more, at least in the U.S. I think it's more sliding that way, and I think it's certainly slid that way with like. In the last probably 10 years.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes, it has. Now, see, the thing is, like, as far
that's what I'm, okay, like, you were more out there than I have been in the last 10 years. Yeah. So, like, I have a feeling, like, look, there's a lot more people, like, just, not to be crass, but there's, like, a lot more women watch pornography, and, like, they do a lot more shit than we do.
They're more open about it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But see,
so I think that's why you probably get stuff like
But then, at the same time, men know that if they don't have any children, that they have a degree, or that they don't have a criminal record, or they have a job, or they got their own place, they know that they're doing a lot better than other guys out there that happen to be more prevalent than them. So they're running the numbers. Like, you know what? I don't need to put
I don't
myself,
have to jump out.
I don't have to do so much to be attractive.
I think that's
to so many of
probably
these women. And so, like, this is what they call the new nigga, or the new player, or the fuck boy, because they're putting themselves.
Fuck boy, that seems rude.
How does this pertain to this gentleman?
Okay,
is he a fuck boy?
So no, he's not. He's what a lot of women fantasize about when they want to be chased.
He just goes to the extreme.
He goes to the extreme, but these women feel as if he's really trying. Whereas, whereas there's so many men out there.
I want to love you by putting your head on a pike.
Right. Well, see, they don't see that shit. They just see him planning dates. They see him.
I'd like to see I'd like to see the age. Like
the demographics of this.
The demographics.
That would be fascinating.
Millie Bobby Brown.
She's 12,
Yeah,
like,
but at the same actually,
according to Drake, she's ready.
Don't do that.
Drake? Nigga got a body by Pusha T.
Kissing 17-year-olds.
Like, yo, I don't need a 12-year-old friend.
No,
I don't want a 20-year-old friend.
She's not 12 in real life, is she?
She's like 13, yeah?
She's got to be older than that.
No, she really don't have to be.
She really is not.
She's really young, dude. Drake's a weirdo.
Look, yeah, the show's really good.
Soulja Boy told
again, I'm still a little confused as to how. I mean, I get it to a certain extent because, like, he's genuinely in love with this woman.
He's just a psycho.
Like, nah, yo, don't. Like,
see, I don't know that I can watch this with my wife because she is a giant chicken. You know my wife.
I'm trying to think.
She got free about this.
No,
she didn't like Taken.
Yeah, she was like, she was like, nah. She was like, that's just real. Like, no.
So
like,
she might have an issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch. Like,
no. Oh yeah.
Like, okay, so
you saw the whole series. Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Nah. I'm just gonna have to be me watching this one on my lunch break. this is not gonna be one I watch.
It's very good though. I would definitely. I recommend it. Yeah.
I hear it's very good. So
it takes some wild fucking turns. It really does. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going? Oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. Cool. All right.
Terrence and I watched. We both went to the screener for Glass. That review will be up by the time that you're hearing this, so we'll go into that. There are no spoilers in that review, but that's obviously the end of the M. Night superhero East Rail 177 trilogy. I don't know where he just came up with that. That was weird.
It came from the trees, from the happy.
Yeah, they told, hey,
I mean, it's the same damn state. Might as well be.
Is it all?
Everything takes place in like Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's right.
Because I think that's where he's from.
Yeah. And he's in his own movies. Then
we didn't talk about that. His turn in this one was
it was weird,
really fucking corny.
Yeah, it was
like,
weird.
Hey, dude. Okay.
And then Demetrius and I did the review for Dragon Ball Super Brawly. You saw it. I did not because I don't believe in Japanese animation. That's just for Terrell. He was like, yo, you don't like Japanese he was like, you don't like Japanimation. I was like, Japanimation is my favorite mation. It is. I love it. So those two reviews will be up by the time you're hearing this. And then I watched in one sitting Friends from College Season 2 because I thoroughly love this show.
I haven't even seen the first season.
You should. I think you would really, really enjoy it. I think you would absolutely enjoy it. It's really funny, and the second season is excellent. It's even better than the first. So the premise for Friends from College, if you haven't seen it, one, Mike and I did a review of the first season.
Yeah, I remember you did a review.
But it's basically 6 friends who all went to school. I think they went to Yale or Harvard together, and they all ended up moving to New York, right? And like the first season starts with Keegan-Michael Key's character, him and Colby Smulders, who plays Maria Hill from the Avengers movies. They're married, and they're like in the first episode, they're moving into New York, and all their other friends already live there. And it's just about them all kind of linking back up. And then there's like Keegan-Michael Key's character is cheating on his wife and has been cheating on his wife with one of their other friends from college since college.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember.
So they like meet up and rendezvous at a hotel like all the time, that kind of thing. And like he's in love with both of them, like you know. But it's serious in that way, but then completely ridiculous in other ways. Fred Savage is in it. He's one of their friends, but he's also Keegan-Michael Key's like book agent because he's an author. And so like they have an interaction that's like both their friendship and their work stuff, while Keegan-Michael Key is writing like YA novels. Like it's ridiculous. and he hates it because he's like a real writer, but he's like forced to write these YA novels to make money. And he's writing one about like a young, like hot centaur boy called Boy Horse, and he's like, I hate this job. I hate it so much.
Boy Horse?
Yeah.
Like,
right. And like he doesn't come up with the name for the book because he came up with some other name, and like the agents are like, yeah, we've come up with Boy Horse. That's gonna be the name. He's like, Boy Horse? He's like, say it again. And they're like, Boy Horse. What's wrong? He's like, it sounds like Boy Horse. I don't know what it called that. That's ridiculous. And so they show him a mock-up of the book, and it's this like this like attractive like 20-something-year-old looking like guy,
but he has the bottom of a horse, right?
And he's like, but he's like, this is weird. He's like, and then he's got like the fucking pubes. Like, it's fucking strange. And the other agent's like, it's not pubes, man. He's like, that's just the hair from the horse. He was like, if it was pubes, they'd be in the back near the penis. Like, I was fucking cracking up. This show is so well written. It's very funny. And there are things about the show that I think work because it's really about like, it's set strongly in that like 35 to 45 demographic. right? So like the jokes are adult. The moments of seriousness are like things that people live, like that you've lived your life. You were like, oh, okay, like that's some crazy shit. Like there are characters going through IVF, and there's like going through some shit, but then there's like comedy behind it, and like there's a lot of really good stuff. Like it's a really good show. They're 30 some odd minute episodes, so it's easy to burn through. Like we watched the first season. I think in 2 days we watched the season in one day, in one sitting. Like it's just a super easy watch.
And this is on Hulu or Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And it's a Netflix original show. So I highly recommend it. It's actually the best thing I've seen Keegan-Michael Key in. It is. And he does like drama really well.
Most comedians do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Crazy.
Yeah, he absolutely crushed it. There's another movie I went to see that had a similar feel to this, but it's very good. I highly recommend it.
Oh, I saw Blind Spotting.
Oh, okay. Talk about that. Yeah, you mentioned that to us.
If you haven't seen it yet, do you even know what it is? Have you ever even heard of it? Blind Spotting?
No.
No one has. It was in theaters for like a week.
Yeah, I heard about it.
It's basically about these two friends. They live in Oakland, and they're dealing with this guy. He's just getting out of prison. He did I think 3 or 4 months, but he's had a year of probation. It takes place. He has 3 days left in probation. Gets out of jail, and then he sees a cop kill someone. He's in his truck and he just sees a cop just murder this kid. He's running, he shoots him in the back, and it just fucks them all up. Now it's him. I think this guy plays in Hamilton. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah, if people know, I don't remember his name right now. He was in Hamilton. He's also Bo's brother on Blackish.
Okay, I've never seen Blackish. Which
he's a very good actor.
Oh yeah.
The dude with like the curly hair.
Yeah, he's
Johan.
really good. And
he's a great actor.
And he's got a white friend, but his white friend has lived in Oakland his entire life. So basically, the movie's about police brutality. It's about gentrification. It's about race relations, and it does it incredibly well.
Everybody says this movie is great.
So good. Like the ending of this movie literally had me on the edge of my seat. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going to happen at the end of this movie?
Wow.
Like,
and you never really talk about movies like that.
No, I don't. But like, I love this movie. Like,
wow,
I would. If you haven't seen it, check it. I mean, yeah, check it out.
Okay,
it's definitely worth watching. Like, he's really good. I've never seen him before. Like, I have never seen Blackish. Of course, I've never been Hamilton because I'm not rich.
I've seen Hamilton.
Yeah, you've seen Hamilton, nigga. Like, but no, he's really good.
Hamilton's really good.
Like that guy is really good. His friend, I think he's like executive producer as well. The white guy, like, it's one of those guys that like he grew up in the hood, so it's kind of like you can't really be mad at him. There's a scene where he comes into contact with this black dude, and this black dude is like, "Yo, you don't got to talk like that." But like, this is him. This is just him.
Right? It's like
it's a wild.
It's like getting mad at Eminem. Like, that's not an impression. That's how he talks.
And it's it's excellent.
Yeah, everybody.
Like if you have a chance to see it at all, like definitely check it.
Everybody's been like the press around that because that came out
It came out like the summer.
I thought it came out around the similar time as The Hate U Give, like not too far, like maybe a month off or something like that. I thought.
No, it came. It
was it significantly longer?
Yeah, I think it came out like August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard nothing but very positive things.
Like it should have gotten a lot more accolades than it had. Like, as far as critics, it has, but like mainstream has gotten nothing.
Yeah,
it was in and out, but it's. I would have loved to have seen it in theater. Actually,
okay,
it's a very good movie.
Is that a black and black cinema suggestion? You think?
Too many white folks.
It might be.
I mean, it sounds like it's right up that wheelhouse.
It might be because I think the majority of the cast is black, but it's mainly the two characters is black and white, black guy and a white guy. So I mean, technically it could be, but
okay, all right, we'll keep it in mind. Yeah, I mean, it is certainly.
I wouldn't mind doing it.
Yeah, I'd like to do it because it was on my radar. I just haven't seen it yet, but it was one of the ones I'd heard about.
It's kind of like what Sorry to Bother You should have been. Fucking dumbass.
You didn't like the horse dicks or?
What?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see?
No, I did see it.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, that's right. You did.
The fact that you just went straight to that, though.
Yeah, no, I went to the most ridiculous thing I could think of.
That movie made me mad. You know, like it really like. Anyway,
it was so dumb. All right, stupid tech. Let's look what Micah decided that was a good thing. Look, this dude, man, this guy's obsessed. The
One kid, nigga.
Yeah, one kid. Now we got to hear all about something on fatherly.com.
Brian from fucking. You ever see that episode of Family Guy where Brian finds out he has a child? It's like, oh, you don't know. You have no idea what it's like to be a child, to be a father. You have no idea what it's like to be a parent. You could not imagine it. If you don't have a kid, you have no idea. You have no idea. I'm like, shut the fuck up, nigga. We get it. You have a child, nigga.
Yeah, Micah only goes to fatherly.com now. If it's not there, he will never know.
That's funny.
You have no idea. The Monit, the smart diaper, is the latest unnecessary parenting gadget. Okay, well, the headline got it. Do you need an electronic device to alert you when your baby has a dirty diaper?
I feel like the baby's the electronic device.
Yeah.
No bullshit.
Like, just naturally, I feel like that works out. If you have a basic sensory faculties, eyes that can spot a mess, or ears that can hear crying, and a nose that can detect the odor of human feces, then the answer is no. But one such device does exist, Monit, a Korean startup that also makes a baby monitor and a smart baby carrier. Just introduced a smart diaper at CES. Of course, it has an app. This is dumb. I don't want to read any more of this. It's a diaper, my nigga. Like, the baby tells you, yo, I shit my pants. Like,
no, it's a diaper sensor. You put it on the diaper.
No, this is
and
stupid.
Apparently it detects and the baby takes a shit.
You know, most parents just sniff their kid.
Or they hear their child crying.
I mean, here's the thing.
The child could be just like, hungry though. So, but
this is how you know.
Yeah, but they have different cries apparently.
Yes, they do.
As Micah told us.
Yes.
Because he's got a child now. And we have no idea.
We couldn't possibly know. Isn't that right, Michael? We couldn't possibly know. That's who he is now. He's Brian. Hello, Michael.
Yeah. I whatever, yo.
That's stupid.
They introduced this at CES.
Yeah, CES got in big trouble this past week because they didn't want to. They made a woman who came up with a sexual device. They took it and they were like, no, you can't show this at CES.
It's too lewd.
It's too lewd. But I'm like,
they had like
fuck
sex dolls.
Yeah. So it's like, you're not. Yeah. I will never understand. By the way, this even goes back further than technology. I will never understand guys that have advocated over time to stop women from being sexual. I'm like, they want to be sexual with you.
That's insane.
You idiots. Religion. No, feel bad about having sex. What are you doing? You're ruining it.
You see, that's that complex. Whereas, I married this woman. She's the mother of my children. So that means I can't come on her face. I had to cheat on her to do that. It's a complex.
But like priest, what are you doing? Like, feel guilty about it. I'd be like, yo, priest, shut the fuck up. I know that you can't partake, but I'm not a priest. You're fucking up my whole home life. Yeah, Get out of here.
Priests do not need to take that vow.
Nah, shut up.
Because they end up fucking children.
Yeah.
You fucking creeps.
Yeah, don't do that. So yeah,
this is bizarre.
The diaper monitor from fucking Dr. Spock over there. Yeah, thanks for the notification. He's gonna send fucking dad stories every week. A dick.
It's a troll move.
I know. He's at home. He's like, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yeah, fuck that.
Exactly what I'm gonna do. Fuck you.
I'm gonna call him in harassment about it. All right, make sure you go to the nerdpocalypse.com/Amazon. Use that link whenever you want to buy anything on Amazon. We get a little bit of a kickback. Jeff Bezos makes half the money that he was going to make because he couldn't keep his dick in his pants. You fucking idiot. You want to talk about guys being stupid?
Yeah.
You blew $70 billion to sleep with a woman. I'm like, I've seen hotter women on Instagram.
Ain't no pussy that magical.
Ain't no dick, anything, nothing. She can have both. It don't matter. She can have $2
billion.
$70 billion. No, you fucked up. You dumb, Jeff.
You know how many McDoubles that is?
I don't know, but you are you high?
No, I've been drinking the shit you gave me, so
it's scotch, yo.
I don't drink that often. I drink a lot of water. Okay.
Yeah, that's your problem.
Yo, that's a lot of money, man.
$70 billion. Nah, look, she got fucking landscape money too.
She's the richest woman in the world.
Immediately. Good for her. Look, she deserves it.
Yeah, they've been married for 25 years.
Nah. Yeah.
So you can't say shit, yo.
Yeah, you can't
Amazon wasn't even remotely a thing 25 years ago.
No.
So you really can't say a goddamn thing.
She helped you build it, dog.
Yeah, she was like, yo, go ahead and do it. She was the one that was like, "Yo, do it."
Yeah, I'll stay home, and you know,
years. 25? How old are you? You're 34.
Yes,
you were 9 when them niggas got married.
I was just saying, like 25 years ago. Was what, 1994?
Yeah,
don't know Amazon.
Fuck.
The internet was barely fucking popular.
No.
94, I was going into high school. It was barely like
that's what I'm saying.
It was barely going.
Like it was
a thing that I had an AOL SMS. AIM was a thing.
No, but you had dial-up. You had dial-up. You didn't have.
I was still
right,
there.
but people weren't buying. You weren't buying books on Amazon.
Buying shit on fucking then. Yeah.
So probably around maybe 1998, 2000 is probably when Amazon started like to really take off. But for books.
Yeah,
not
he
for
was
anything
just a
else.
bookstore.
Yeah.
So no one can say shit about her getting half.
No, she got to get that.
That's legit.
I think they're in California, so I think the split is 50-50. And I think it's 50-50 downstream. So like any money like long term that he makes, like that, I guess they're like recurring kind of things. I think she gets 50%.
Like residuals?
Yeah, like residuals. So, yeah, like retirement and all that shit. Yeah, she gets 50% of that. Look, you a dummy, yo. You a dumb. There is. Look, here's the thing.
Syndication money now?
Yeah. She was like 100 episodes. We made it.
But like 25 years. Like I'll pass the 10-year mark.
Yeah, she got it. But like, here's the thing. Like in all honesty, 1, you're a fool. 2, you're Jeff Bezos. If you're like, oh yeah, I want to sleep with that woman, and she was like, yeah, Jeff, I want to sleep with you too. By the way, it was like his buddy's wife, which
that's fucked
that's
up.
foul, dude.
Isn't his buddy like a cop?
I'd have been like, I'll put the gun away. I'm gonna need some money.
Some weird shit.
Yeah, so I think
found out, and you're like, yo, if I was him, well, I guess
he different from me.
Getting the money.
Yeah, you look, he different from me.
Yo, I'd have been like, yo, you fucking who?
We getting paid. You can do what you want to do. Here, I have a list of items I like to buy.
Like, yo, just hit up Amazon real quick.
Prime shipping.
Damn. Do they sell cars on Amazon?
You get anything on Amazon.
I don't know what the fuck.
You can get a coffin on there.
He fucked that all up.
You can buy a coffin on Amazon.
But you know,
I have morals, but they...
But do you think
$70 billion will buy a lot of morals?
But see, when you think about it, when you're landscape rich...
Yeah.
That's like a half of whatever you're making is a drop in the bucket because you know you're going to make more and it's not like you're hurting.
Yeah, but he was the richest man in the world. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt a little bit.
It's gotta hurt his ego a little bit.
It's gotta hurt his ego a little bit.
I thought Putin was.
Who?
Well, he technically probably is. Putin probably is.
You don't need to know about how rich that is.
Yeah. If you find out, they just put a bullet in you. Like, I saw the ledger. He's like, wow. You didn't see nothing.
They just shoot you and... You'll throw yourself off a balcony in Russia.
Yeah, he's apparently worth like something like $100 and something billion because he just steals it from the Russians. Poor guy.
I have morals, but they extend to the length of $1. What did he say in the fucking...
My morals extend to the length of a coin. It's one of the most fucking foul things I've ever heard. And he was talking about slavery. Yeah. They were like, save us. He was like, my morality, or was it like my good nature or something like that extends to the length of a coin. I was like, yo, that was Benedict Cumberbatch.
No, that's not. It wasn't him. It was the other guy,
Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Yep. He's a piece of shit. He's a real piece of shit in that movie.
I'm like, yo, we rich, nigga. I'm not gonna get the.
You can sleep with Jeff Bezos all you want. I have a laundry list of things that I need to get done. Do your thing. It's fine. Also. Like, just get a divorce. Just get a divorce. I'd be like, here's a divorce. Before I sleep with this woman and fuck my whole life up, no, I want to get a divorce. I'm going to cut you a check for $10 billion. I'll take it.
But she'd be like, nah, half, nigga. I feel like she'd be like, I mean, granted, maybe it would be
but a divorce, you could be like, yo.
Yeah, you can, but.
Even if you only had to pay $30 billion, it's still better than $70 billion. It's not worth it. You knew you didn't have a prenup.
It's like acrimony. $10 billion, that's not enough. Half, nigga. She might fucking kill him on a boat.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that movie.
Not worth it. It's not a good movie.
At all.
No, it was not. All right. Anyway. Lightning round. That was our Jeff Bezos moment. Lightning round this week. This episode is a little off the rails because we've been drinking a lot. So
a little bit. Slightly.
I don't want to say sorry because
y'all enjoy it.
You knew what this was. All right, lightning round, Terrence.
Y'all know what it is. Exactly. Y'all enjoy it. First of all, there's going to be a remake of The Witches. Have you seen this movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I love that movie.
This movie scared the shit out of me.
Fuck out.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
When they were turning into like their actual like full forms and stuff, and they were like and all the smoke and shit came up.
Yeah,
what the hell?
Yeah, they're gross. Yeah. This is Jim Henson, right?
No, this is
no, the dude that did the movie. Wasn't it his creations?
Oh, they look like him.
This is Roald Dahl.
No, Roald Dahl is his books, but I think the guy that
Henson might have done the actual the makeup and stuff.
It does look a little black crystal. I mean, crystal.
Dark crystal.
Dark crystal. Yeah. Dark crystal. Yeah.
Yeah, it has that same feel.
So yeah, they're doing a remake with Anne Hathaway
as the head witch.
Wasn't it what's her name?
Angelica.
Yeah, Angelica Houston.
There you go. Yeah. Come on, man.
Angelica
Houston. Get your nerd shit up.
I remember.
I really, yes, it was. By the way, it was Jim Henson Productions. Yeah. Look, I really like this movie. I don't think I'd watch the original one again. Like, it just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, they're creepy. Like, I don't like looking at this picture.
No.
Ew.
Angelica Houston, yeah, she rocked that role though. She did a good job.
Yeah, that right there.
I didn't like that design at all. Like, it's good, but it was
into the rat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job. You seeing this? Seeing the Witches remake?
I gotta see a trailer.
I need to see what they look like beforehand, so I know whether or not to be a coward and not see it. At 39 years old, I need to know that. That makeup was too good, man.
For some reason, I used to get her and Katie Seagal mixed up.
I can see that.
Yeah,
especially since
they had similar looks.
Yeah, especially since Sons of Anarchy, like she rocked all the whole black hair and all that stuff. Yeah, I can see that.
I had a thing for Angelica Houston in this movie before she became a witch.
Before she did that,
yeah. Like, I remember being like, yeah. Like, I dug it. Like,
the Addams Family, right? The movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I had a thing for. I was like, I dug the sort of. This doesn't tell anything about me sexually, but I dug the sort of dominatrix kind of thing. The look,
does it not?
I'm not into that. Like, I don't tie my balls up and beat me. Like, I'm not into that shit. Like, but I dug the look. Like, I dug the look, so I was cool with it.
Question: you just brought up Addams Family. Was Wednesday Addams a crush of yours?
No.
That forehead.
No, I was too
like your forehead. What the fuck?
That was a weird. That's like me with giant noses. Like, that was weird. Yeah. You should feel ashamed of yourself.
No, but it was either her or Topanga.
No, it's Topanga. 100%.
But, I mean, I'm just saying. Like, back then, when I just
no.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, Camp Topanga.
That was Topanga. Even still, she's still kind of.
And she still look good now.
Yeah. She's our age.
Fuck, she is. It all worked out. Next up.
Yeah, they're rebooting TMNT. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Who's doing it? Who's rebooting it?
The people who did The Quiet Place. The producers who did A Quiet Place.
I don't know who they are.
Andre Form and Brad Fuller.
So Michael Bay has nothing to do with it?
So
that is correct.
So they're not going to be 6 foot tall.
So is it going to be darker? Like
the
original one?
I don't know.
Which I still love.
He said the thing about
Which is still a good movie. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
The first movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it works. I think it does work.
People say it's not a good movie. I disagree.
It's ridiculous.
It's turtles, nigga. Like,
right. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's ridiculous by nature, but no, I thought it worked.
That's fine. I love that movie.
I didn't hate the first Michael Bay movie. I didn't hate it. I thought the turtles were too busy. Like, there's just too much going on.
They're fucking big.
It's basically the Transformers fucking syndrome.
Yes.
These guys. He's got too much shit going on with them.
Yeah.
They're huge.
Yeah. Like, they have a bandana and a little bit of clothing. Like, that's it. Like, they shouldn't have I felt like they were dressed in streetwear. They had there's just way too much going on.
I mean,
I fucking FUBU and shit.
Right.
I didn't appreciate the fact that
Cool J was rapping about.
I didn't appreciate the fact that they all had different physical attributes just because of their personalities in the Michael Bay movie. Whereas in the original, even in the comics, they all
had red bandanas in the comics.
Yeah,
the original,
in the Eastman comic.
Well, when it was black and white, that was their thing, that they were all similar.
Except for Mike or Mikey, he was smaller, right? He's physically. I don't know about in the comic, but in the cartoon, he was the only one who was slightly physically smaller than them.
I don't remember that. I think they were all basically interchangeable.
No, Mikey was the only one who was a little bit smaller, but But that's it. Like, there wasn't any, like, Raphael was fucking huge in these
He was like a brute.
Yeah. He was a tank.
He was the nigga turtle. I don't want to be around here. Like, all right.
But then that was a turtle that everybody identified with and loved.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I mean, that's why I didn't mind it.
I have to say, this drawing that they're using for the article, I would like to see the turtles look like that. Like, very unassuming, but just give them the bandanas with the white eyes. Just, like, let them be fucking slick. Like, let them work in the shadows a lot, and then, you kind of show them. But don't, like...
You want full live action? Or you want to go animated like a...
No, fuck it. Just do live action. I think they could do... Like, the thing is, they had the tempo right in the original movies, right? Like, the swing between comedy and dark, like, it worked. It worked enough, especially in the first one. The second one got a little goofy, but... Yeah. So especially in the first one, I think they nailed it. You just need to make the...
first one was too dark, which is why they... I don't think they used their weapons.
No, they did not. That was the big thing in the second one, which
they didn't use their weapons. That's their signature.
Yeah, but see, the weapons that they use are made for killing, right? So if you're trying to market to kids and all that, especially in the 80s, you remember in the 80s there was like a federal lockdown on children's programming being too violent. That's why you didn't. That's why you didn't see He-Man, actually hit somebody, or actually, a GI Joe person like basically shoot somebody,
everything missed.
Right,
It's ridiculous.
Right. So them doing as much as they did in that first movie was in line with what the culture was at the time. Yeah. But then yet today, the Mortal Kombat 11 reveal. We should see some motherfuckers get ran through.
The first movie, Splinter murdered somebody. The second one was the one they didn't. They like the first one. They were.
But see, he didn't murder him on screen.
Look, he said oops. No, Casey Jones said oops. But
I don't think you have to make. I think there is a ground. I think there's ground between an R-rated Turtles movie, which would be kind of crazy, right? Like the comics, right? The original comics, or some sort of like between that in a like a PG movie. You could do like a PG-13 movie. Like, I thought the Bay movie had enough like physical violence, like it could work. But again, if you struck the tone between the two of those movies, which is the proper tone of the original film and like the fun sort of action, like the big beat action of a Bay movie, I think it could work. Like, remember in the first movie, they were like sliding down that like mountain to snow mountain or snow covered mountain. Mm-hmm. Like, you need big things like that to have like a good time. I was like, wow, this scene is insane. Like, it's insane, but it worked. It was fun. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I dug it. You need that kind of stuff to keep people interested. But I would love to see something done in this design. Like, I want them to be slightly smaller and a little bit more sleek so they can do like real martial arts shit.
Yeah, they're ninjas.
Right, like they were so big. They were
golems.
They were just like giant brutes where they should be more stealth and like jumping around and kicking and shit like that. That, like, okay, fine, you don't want them like running people through with Leonardo's sword. I get that. But like, then have them drop kick some people in the head. Like, have it like a real martial arts movie. You got to make them slimmer and more action based, and I'm fine with that. So we'll see. We shall see. I didn't see the second movie. It looked
neither did I.
It looked ridiculous, so I wasn't going to see it in theaters. But if it ever comes on TV or something, it comes across my purview, I'll probably watch it.
All right, next up, Disney is working on the Hunchback of Notre Dame live action movie because, of course, they are
starring Josh Gad.
Yeah, and I mean,
this is one of those. This is one of those. That's jacked up, dude.
Don't do it.
What? I didn't say a goddamn thing.
He don't look that bad.
I saw the picture. I saw the picture of Josh Gad, and I saw the picture of the Hunchback. I was like,
as I wrote to Carrie, who was like, Josh Gad, I was like, no makeup required. She was like, I mean,
like, when I saw it, I was like, wow, because I saw it on the Facebook group. I don't know.
That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I think Josh Gad is a really talented guy. He's in all of these Disney movies.
Are they going to be doing all of these movies and making a live action?
He's been in two. He was
in Beauty and the Beast, and what else was he in?
He was in
Frozen.
I think he played two roles. He may have played two roles in Beauty and the Beast. Like they're like a teacup and like and Olaf.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
which Olaf made sense, right? Oh. Him playing Gaston's like, like right hand, like little bitch boy. Like that made sense. Because he looked like him. He looked like the fucking cartoon. And sadly, he looks like Quasimodo.
Yeah, when I saw the picture, I'm like, oh, I see why. But that's fucked up.
Oh, that's fucked up.
This was like one of those. This is like
his eyes are normal.
They are. They're perfectly normal.
This is one of those like those Disney movies I did not care for.
I never saw it. Recognize him.
I didn't. It was boring.
Oh yeah, I've never. It's old, right?
Yeah, this is one of those older ones.
I don't think I've ever seen it either.
Yeah, I've never seen this one. Look. People are gonna be mad. Whoever they cast as Esmeralda, they're gonna be mad.
No bullshit. I'm looking at her now. I was like, yo, that is a dark woman.
She should be like. It's not an acceptable term, but she should be a more gypsy like looking person. Perhaps a Kardashian. I don't know. Because they're gypsies. They just steal people's money. They do. But yeah, she should be
of ethnic nature.
She should be. So don't pick fucking Anne Hathaway to play Esmeralda. Like that's just unacceptable. No, she should be brown, like mad brown. And then poor fine brown woman got to marry a fucking Quasimodo. Get out of here. She got to marry Josh Gad. Yeah, he's buying that. Anyway, next
and last up,
that's
Sopranos sequel,
what they do to
prequel set to add Corey Stoll and Billy Magnuson to its cast. I didn't know they were doing a prequel.
I did not know about this until this week. How do you guys? Were you Soprano fans?
Never watched it.
I did watch it. Maybe I was just too young to like really care.
Yeah,
it wasn't that long ago because I'm 34, but it was something that was not on my radar back then for me to care.
I feel like it's been off for like 10 years. So
yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's really at 24. Yeah, it probably wasn't. Yeah. I was in my late 20s when Sopranos was on. I have like the first couple seasons, or I had the first couple seasons on DVD. I liked The Sopranos. I thought it was good.
Wait, John Barenthal was in this?
Yeah, he's going to be in it as well. I liked it. It just, and this is not to say anything negative about the show. It just wasn't my thing. And again, it could be just timing of my age. But maybe I'd watch a Sopranos prequel. I don't know.
Oh, but this is a movie.
It's not a series.
Wait, it says New Lines, The Many Saints of Newark, a prequel film to HBO's critically acclaimed Sopranos series. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
So who asked for this?
I think HBO is just like, let's just get some money. Because like they're also doing the prequel series for Game of Thrones.
But people want that though.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, I read the books, the ones that have come out thus far, and there's a lot of characters that they have not explored because it's
so much.
It's too many of them. But I wouldn't mind seeing, the whole thing where Lyanna Stark gets courted by
Ned Stark?
No, that's her sister.
I can't keep up with all this right now.
No, but the Targaryen. Damn.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah. So I would love to see that shit. Like,
right.
And see how things were back in the day when there were dragons all over the place. So yeah. I would love to see that. This here,
I'm gonna watch it. I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah, this here, like, okay.
We'll see. We'll see with the love of Sopranos whether it has lasted to get people to come see this. So.
All I remember from the Sopranos is people hated the ending
because it was just straight to black.
It just faded.
It was ambiguous.
Yeah.
And
it sucks because, frankly, like James Gandolfini might have been one of the greatest character actors, and Tony Soprano was a great character for him. Like when he died, I was like legitimately sad because James Gandolfini was a fucking great actor. But yeah, unfortunately, he is gone.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at a trailer for this show called The Black Earth Rising.
Yeah,
Netflix. And Michaela Cole is in it.
Yes, I know that's your homegirl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna watch that, huh?
Yes.
Doesn't even matter what it's about.
I don't know. It's about some.
Who cares?
Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll check it out. It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
I have Netflix.
I have Netflix. Movie and TV news this week. Young Avengers film rumored to be in development under Marvel. Again, this is a rumor. It's kind of an interesting one. that would include, I guess that would bring in Kate Bishop, Hulkling, amongst many others, Patriot, Iron Lad, Stature, Wiccan. So who knows if that's exactly what they're going to do. But I do like the idea of bringing in a Young Avengers team. It makes sense from the perspective of you need more teen heroes because Spider-Man is there. And if Spider-Man is going to be in the MCU for a while, he needs young people to play off of. He has to be. He has to.
The timelines don't match up though. If their parents are who they are, then
I wouldn't hold too tight to that. I could see them just I could see them just adding in some of these characters and them not being necessarily related, and then just being like, because I don't think Hulkling is related to anybody. So you could throw him in. Kate Bishop. You could introduce her in Endgame, because there's a rumor that there's some character that gets introduced there that has not been introduced anywhere else.
Well, okay, but at the same time they're mentioning Cassie Lang here, which is the Scott Lang's daughter, and right now in the MCU, she's
super young,
12.
Right now, maybe she's not on the team. Right, like maybe they just leave that out. Yeah. So who knows? But it'd be fascinating to see Spider-Man have other young kids to interact with.
I think it would be, for me, I think it would be cool if Spider-Man was the Iron Man for them, or the Nick Fury for them.
Yeah,
he's going
to be a large part of the universe.
But he'll also be older.
Yeah,
but then he'll be the one to wrangle them to, just like how Fury is, doing whatever. And he's obviously somewhat of a successor to Tony Stark. So
yes, however that's going to work.
If they're going to do, they can pull from that line in the comics where Peter did have a lot of money. He had Tony Stark money for a while.
Yeah,
so
we'll see.
That's something different.
And I don't want to talk about it, but if Tony dies, sad. If he dies, I could see him being like, I'm bequeathing all of my tech to Peter. Right? I could see that, because Peter's super smart. So who else in the universe besides him and Banner would be able to really deal with it?
Shuri.
Oh, Shuri, that's true. But she's not going to leave Wakanda. She's going to stay there. So it would be, or maybe not. Well, although at the end of Black
Panther, she was there.
She was in America. That's true. Yeah. So that would actually be kind of dope.
Man.
That's interesting. That's interesting. That'd be an interesting way to handle that. Give the tech to her, and then you could somehow figure out a way to bring in Ironheart, right? She could, one of the kids that she's dealing with is some MIT graduate, and it's like, oh, okay. And then you find out about all this shit, and it's like, oh shit, you're a hero now. That'd be cool. Why not? You gotta work on that helmet, because Ironheart's helmet is too fucking big. She looks ridiculous. I'm like, yo, you're mad head heavy. She's like fucking Crash. No, this tech is terrible. Next up, Spider-Man Far From Home is the first Marvel film to hire trans actors. Cool.
All right.
I don't really have much to say about that, but that's awesome. Upcoming summer blockbuster Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm sorry, is the first superhero movie ever to cast trans actors. So they cast Zach Barack and Tyler Luke Cunningham. One female to male and one male to female. So that's awesome. Good for them. That's great. Look, they're regular people too, turns out. Shocking fucking news. Good. We should treat people like regular people. It's not that hard. Here's a story I don't believe. M. Night says he turned down offers from Marvel and DC. I don't believe you. Boy. I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all.
Yeah. The Avatar movie was.
I don't believe him.
No. The Avatar movie was
they were like, we gotta get him.
Fuck you.
No, I don't believe that at all. I believe he might have rejected a deal from DC, but I don't think Marvel came up calling. No way.
Shyamalan says the idea of doing a blockbuster comic book film is very hard to imagine. I'm sure it is, because I just saw Glass.
He was like, I don't know how anybody could do this.
This is so hard.
You're right. So he says, nah, yo, I rejected them. They didn't. I quit. They didn't fire me. Fuck out of here.
Hold on. Let me read his quote.
Yeah, he says, where's the quote? I want to make sure it's right for everybody. I have a strong filmmaking accent. Do you? It's a very particular and the best version of it. The best version of it is to keep the accent. Are those movies, Marvel, DC superhero films, a place for that, or is it appropriate for that? Look, I mean,
what the fuck does that mean?
Well, what he's basically saying is, I have a certain aesthetic.
I know he does. I am fully aware that he has a certain aesthetic.
And the funny thing is, I'm not even against your aesthetic. I'm against the filmmaking part, where you're bad at writing. Like that.
Your writing is garbage.
Yeah. Look, and I said this to somebody the other day. He's not a bad filmmaker as far as a director is concerned, but if like what he should do, because he has great ideas.
He's basically Zack
Snyder.
Snyder, yeah.
Right. Don't write your own shit. Right. Don't. Do a skeleton mock-up of what you want to do. Hire a writer, a good writer, to help you, the two of you, work together to fill in the holes of that. Right? Fine. Then you direct it. You're going to nail it every time. He has great fucking ideas. Split was a great idea. Unbreakable is a great idea. Signs was not a great idea.
I didn't hate... Yo.
You're insane.
Yo, everybody hates Signs. I did not hate that movie.
It's a shitty version of what was the Tom Cruise remake that he did?
War of the Worlds?
War of the Worlds. It's a shitty version of that. Yes, it is.
I don't like the
it's
fact
the
that
it's the beginning of it.
They had the same weakness.
Yeah, I don't like everything.
And actually, what the fuck?
And then the lady in the lake,
the overseer is what's up with him in water? Because that's his weakness.
Yo, M. Night Shyamalan can't swim. He can't swim.
Yeah, because the overseer, his thing is his weakness.
Lady in the water.
Lady in the water. You get like the aliens are affected by water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, does this nigga drink?
Nah, yo. Nah.
Does he take a bath?
I'm gonna say it right now. M. Night and Micah have something in common. Neither one of them as two grown-ass men can swim.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's what it is.
That's weird.
I know it's funny and weird that a grown man who has a child who surfs fatherly.com still can't swim. If his son falls off a boat, he'd just be like, sorry. Pathetic.
I better hope his wife can swim.
I think she can.
She can swim. She grew up in Florida. She better know how to swim.
Swim away from that state.
It's sinking.
Sucks.
Florida sucks. No, but I like M. Night. I truly do. I think he has real vision. I like to think I was personally responsible for why Split worked, because I saw him in a restaurant. I was like, hey, you're M. Night Shyamalan. He was like, I am. I was like, I like your movies. I lied to him to make him feel better. And then he came out with Split, and it was good. It was good. I did really see him in a restaurant.
Did you see Airbender?
I saw Airbender.
No, because I like my brain.
Here's the funny thing about Airbender. I didn't hate it because I never saw the cartoon.
I saw one episode of the cartoon,
but I didn't hate it.
I saw one episode of the cartoon. I was like, "Nice try." I don't think so. Not seeing this movie.
That shit, no. Man,
when every fan of that movie was like, "What the fuck?" I was like,
"Flip all the way the fuck." I was looking at them niggas like, "Y'all are wilding." Like,
I was like,
I saw it in the theater. I don't know why.
You saw it in theaters?
I did see it. I don't know why the fuck I saw it in the movie there.
Because I
have no clue why I saw it.
I don't know either. But you know what? It was right on that same level as that Dragon Ball movie.
No. Fuck no. Shut up.
They were all. It was terrible.
No,
what are you talking about?
Dragon Ball movie was horrendous.
So was Airbender, my nigga.
It was not even. No.
The dialogue.
Yo, come on.
How are we arguing about this? Like, it was on the same fucking level.
Again, I don't give a fuck about Airbender or Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball. I've never seen Airbender,
bro.
I cannot compare those two movies.
Put it in the group right now. There's nobody's going to say one was better than the other.
I think they're going to say Airbender was better.
No, I don't think that's true. Well, no.
Yo, you remember Dragon Ball Z?
Hell, you know
Dragon Ball Evolution?
Yo, whatever the fuck that shit was called.
Okay, all right, hold on. Airbender has a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes. A 5%. And what is it, Dragon Ball Z?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. Yo, it can't possibly have a better fucking score, yeah.
I don't think it's got. I hope it's the same.
It's got to be the same or worse, yo. Because Dragon Ball Evolution was worse.
Dragon Ball Evolution was pretty.
It was horrible, yo.
So was Airbender. They're on the same.
They're not on the same.
All right, here we go. Dragon Ball 15%.
Yo, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy, dog. Like, no, it's got to be the years they came out.
Now hold on.
Now you're trying to make excuses.
No, hold on. Now let's go with audience score because Dragon Ball is at 19% because these are the hardcore fans. 19%.
How?
All right, 19%.
Now, Dragon Ball was just an awful fucking movie. Like
it was really
like. I mean,
Airbender
if you take Airbender from what it without like really knowing the cartoon, it's not that bad. Evolution is just a shitty fucking movie.
In fairness, more people enjoyed The Last Airbender than they did Dragon Ball Z. Airbender, 30% of the audience liked it. I think that wins.
What did Dragon Ball get?
15%.
Yo, I'm telling if your brain can stand it, watch those two movies back to back. Yo, you want to blow your fucking brains out. Watch Evolution.
I'm asking the group.
Put it in the
group.
No, you gotta put it in the group. Put it in the group.
Like quality wise, Airbender is a better fucking movie.
Oh, that's undoubted.
Stop.
No, it is. It is.
Come on, yo. I mean, I get it. You have a bias, but like, come on, yo.
Nah,
you have to admit that.
Look. Looking at the trailers alone, and I've seen Dragon Ball Evolution. The trailer alone, the trailer for Airbender was better than Dragon Ball Evolution. That's a fact. That's a fact. When he was like doing the fucking land, sea, air, that shit was dope.
They had a white Goku.
They had a white fucking.
Yes, all of it is wrong. All of it is wrong.
I mean, that was the least of that movie's issues. All right, next up. Several X-Men shows rumored to be headed to the DC Plus universe or series, streaming service. This is kind of interesting. What do you guys think of the idea of instead of doing... Now, this is likely not the mainline X-Men movie. This would be offshoots of the X-Men series, right? Like maybe not X-Force, but like maybe like X-Factor or Excalibur or New Mutants or something like that as a TV show instead of a movie, at least right off the jump. I personally like that idea. I think that's good.
Terrence.
How many of these characters are in Marvel's Capcom?
All right, Demetrius.
Look. If they're better, if they end up better than the movies have been in the last 10 years, fine.
Well, I think the
Disney now it's going to be Disney.
Yeah, so I think
it's going to be like under the Marvel. Yeah, I mean,
here's the thing. I think that the X-Men groups lend themselves well to series, right? Yeah, like you got to do the big movies. Like I get that, right? But there's so much about the character interactions with each other. Even the mainline X-Men, like. It makes sense that you'd want to spin off. I could definitely see New Mutants, considering how
Is that movie coming out?
Supposedly,
that's the one with the insane asylum.
Yeah, that's the one that's supposed to be like horror elements.
Like, yeah,
I haven't seen a goddamn thing. I don't know in like 6 months.
Yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be canceled.
No, it's still coming out. It's still coming out for whatever reason. But I could see New Mutants or something like that super working. Because I'm comparing that to how Marvel is handling their young adult shows with Cloak and Dagger and with Runaways. Like those are very good shows. They're really well done. So if they do it in that same vein, but then like, hey, it's a house of teenagers, like fucking Real World, but with superpowers. Okay, I'll watch it.
No, I'd want to see an X-Force. I want to see the covert shit. Like.
But that's all going to be movies because that's got to be big budget.
Yeah, well,
you're not going to regulate. I don't know. Relegate Deadpool to television. You're not going to.
Well,
no, I don't think Ryan. I don't think Ryan Reynolds is going to do that.
Okay.
Also, who the fuck wants to pay Ryan Reynolds all that money for TV? Fuck that. $20 million. We're done with you. Like next or less than $20 million.
Well, then do the Mojo stuff.
What was that series they did that was basically a Marvel's copy of Battle Royale? They did, and it was like they did a series with a bunch of young characters in the X-Men universe. They had put them on. It was like the Murder Planet or something, and they were forced to try to kill each other. Like somebody had captured them and done that. It was actually really cool. It was a couple of years ago.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, and they even had like. Even the covers had like the leaf design of Battle Royale. Like it was like a whole series
for X-Men characters.
Yes, I'll see if I can find the information. It was good. It was a really good series. But yeah, I could see them. I could see them pulling that off. I definitely think that the mainline stuff needs to be in
the movies.
In the movies,
I don't know. Like when it comes to the movies, the only thing I really want to see, I want to see the X-Men be full on.
Avengers Arena is what it was called.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I want to see them to be full on.
Like literally the cover of fucking Battle Royale.
Yeah,
it was dope.
Like I want to see blue team and gold team. Like I want.
That's what I would love to see. I
want to see the different the different teams do what they do because that's what they are supposed to do. You know, go into space. You know, I really want to get away from the whole racism and the whole like persecution of mutant shit. Like I'm sick of that. Like,
I think that's the core of who they are. But I think you can have the core of who they are. But you got to get them out. Like, you got to get them off the fucking, out of New York. Like, they got to leave there at some point. They have to. But I think you got to have the core of that because that's who they are, right? They're always like, we're doing all these great things. We're saving the fucking universe. And it's like, and then they come back home and they're like, fuck you, mutie. And you're like, all right, damn, yo. I just saved the whole fucking planet, right? They got to have that weird persecution because at the same time, they got to exist in the same world the Avengers exist in, where they're like, these are awesome heroes. And they're like, yeah. And then mutants are like, but we also did that. Like, fuck y'all. Like, all right, well, damn.
I mean, I don't want that to be the center of everything. Because
it doesn't have to be the center, but it's got to be there.
I'm like 7 episodes behind on The Gifted season 2. Like,
I'm a whole season behind because
I've been trying to give it a chance just because I needed something to watch in the midterms of a lot of stuff going off of air for a while, and I just can't bring myself to do it again. Like that show is all about the peril of being a mutant, and I'm like, can I just see some happy like let's go fuck some shit up?
And that's where I think that's the difference between Fox and Marvel or Fox and Disney is I think they get that you got to have a little bit of the sweet with the sour, right? Like you got to mix it up because The Gifted is a fucking slog to watch. You're like, yo, they just keep running from one safe house to the other. Everything is negative. It sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Like it's just the same thing every time. Where at least the Runaways, like their life sucks, but then they have like these moments where like they come together and you're like, oh, okay, that was a cool thing or whatever. And it's also not all the action happens in the last 10 minutes of every single episode like The Gifted does, which is piss poor writing.
But see, and the thing is like this, in the second season, they're dealing with like a faction of like the Hellfire Club.
Yeah.
That's trying to rule the world or some bullshit like that. And
is Polaris still bad?
Yes. And she's bad because she's trying to make sure that her baby is good.
Yes. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
It's not worth going back and watching.
Oh, don't worry. You didn't have to convince me.
Yeah.
The second that season was over, I was like, go ahead and cancel that one anytime, Disney. That show stinks. Sorry. It's not good. It's just not. Next up, this is hilarious and also sad politically. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw it.
So Steve Carell is starring in a new Netflix comedy based on Donald Trump's Space Force. Yo, our country is so fucked. We have a... No, you know what? Never mind. Last year, Trump infamously ordered the establishment of a Space Force. As proposed, sixth branch of the military. According to the New York Times, this new branch would be, quote, dedicated to protecting American interests in outer space. What does that even mean? There's no one up there.
Man, I mean, that was a sword, bro.
Yeah. Like, this dude can't even get a wall built. How you?
Bullshit.
You gonna get a fucking Space Force? Who's gonna be in it?
This nigga serve people hamburgers, yo.
Excuse me.
Hamburgers.
That's what I said.
Hamburgers.
That's what I said. Hamburgers.
Them motherfuckers were cold as shit. You know that, right?
Yo, he didn't even take him out of the fucking bin, like the cardboard.
Yo, he didn't take his coat off.
No, he was like, enjoy your hamburgers. I'm out.
Right, yo. I can't stand that motherfucker, yo. God, yo, that shit made me very angry.
Look, I gotta tell you, man. Don't ever talk about the first black president. Like, negatively, yo.
No,
he never served.
Trump is the first black president.
Excuse me?
He's the first. He's
the first nigga president.
He's the first nigga president.
No, he is.
Like, he's a nigga, yo. Trump is a goddamn nigga. Like, even a nigga wouldn't be like, yo, get these hamburgers, mighty. Like they'd be like, "Yo, let's get Chick-fil-A," or like Ruth's Chris. Like I got money.
Like I got money.
Like they would try to ball out on purpose because they
right. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's absolutely
like,
true.
Yo, we gonna go to like fucking Red Lobster, my nigga.
Yeah. He was like, he didn't even
Burger King and McDonald's.
Yo, he didn't even go to Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. They will make you 100 pieces of chicken
for $79.
For $79 in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes,
it's better than Burger King and McDonald's.
Just greasy as
look. Like here's a side note, actual true fact. I once went into a Hip Hop Fish and Chicken to pick up fish for like a party. I got 100 pieces of fish in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes. And they weren't already fried. They fried them when I came and ordered them. In 8 minutes. They were like, wow, done. 8 minutes. I was like, oh, how long is this going to take? Because I called and they were like, oh, we don't, you can't call ahead. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's fucked up. And I went and I'm like, make sure I had enough time or whatever. I was like, how long is this going to take? He was like, 7-8 minutes.
I think they work for the Russian mob, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I feel like they do.
That's a great business, by the way.
What?
Hip Hop Fish and Chicken?
They're fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I just
their fish is awesome.
I just wish the chicken was a little bit bigger.
He was like, do you want the fucking sprinkle shit on it? I was like, oh, the crack? Yeah.
That sugar.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they put in it.
Nigga, that's crack. They're not, they're fucking up the black community.
A little bit, yeah.
I felt like I was itching afterwards and shit. It was fucked up.
You can't even order McDonald's, yo.
Yo, he served people McDonald's. That's crazy.
That's offensive, yeah.
Also, Big Macs are disgusting.
But he did kind of like, give a come up to those guys out there who don't have a lot of money, take the girl out on a date. It's a presidential meal.
No, he didn't.
He tried to get the glow up for the broke niggas. Like, nah, yo.
It's a presidential dinner, my nigga. Like,
nah, yo, the president be serving this. You don't want these.
Yeah, you better appreciate this shit. This makes America great again.
He didn't even supersize those fries, yo. God damn.
I didn't see no fries.
Yo, what was it?
Hit him in a heat lamp. Yo, with the pizza. Yo. He had the pizza and the French fries under a motherfucking heat lamp.
Where's pizza from?
Domino's.
Domino's.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yo, nothing was better than I'm not a huge fan of this guy comedy wise, but I think he has some smart things to say. W. Kamau Bell was like, he was writing as if he was a staffer at the White House. He was like, I guess we could just put the McNugget sauce on the Lincoln China. Like, oh God.
Yo, you literally had McNugget sauce in fucking
the gravy, like
in like
sterling silver
bowls. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Yeah.
Don't ever talk about Barack Obama.
I don't want to hear anybody say shit about
He was like, this is probably their favorite food. They're elite athletes. They don't eat at McDonald's, dude. What are you talking about?
I wouldn't have went. I'm like,
I don't know why they went.
They probably were forced to go.
They probably were, but as soon as I seen like a bunch of McDonald's, I'm like, I could have just stayed the fuck home, yo.
Yeah,
I'm already a college student. I would have got the $3.99 shrimp forever the fuck like
150 shrimp for $1 that Demetrius ate in college.
Psycho. Mayflower in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Good Lord, man.
All of y'all had diarrhea.
Aggie pride.
All of y'all.
Aggie pride.
So he's doing a comedy. Steve Carell is doing a comedy called Space Force. It is
as fuck.
It is a workplace comedy centered around people tasked with creating a sixth branch of the armed services. It's also, he's working with one of the original, one of the people who originally created The Office with him. Greg Daniels.
We're going to be in that style?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope. Yo, look, just bring back everybody from The Office. Fuck it. Put them all in. I'd watch it.
Jim's jacked ass now.
Fuck it. Give him the beard. Let him wear it. Rock the beard. Whatever.
Yeah, he's going to be joining the Space Force.
Yeah, he's joining the Space Force. Fuck it.
Like a goddamn
I think it would actually be really
military,
dope.
Man.
I think it would be super dope if they just brought the entire cast of The Office and it was like whole plant. Because they were talking about doing a revival. Fuck it. Dunder Mifflin goes to space. Fuck it. Like, who cares? Or at least some of them. Because they're like, I would love for Rainn Wilson to come back. Because Rainn Wilson, who played Dwight, was great.
Oh, speaking of Jim, I've been trying to watch the first couple episodes of Jack Ryan.
Yes.
Based on your recommendations.
Yes, you should watch it. Good Lord. It's so good.
Dude.
It's mad violent.
I can't. I'm trying to wash dishes while reading these subtitles. It's not happening. But it's
for the Middle East characters.
Yeah, but good God, yo, like.
I think the second season just finished filming, so it'll probably be out pretty soon.
Yeah, I gotta I gotta watch that. That's good stuff.
I was gonna say something, but you haven't finished it because I was just getting ready to blurt out something that you won't know until the last episode. Okay. Next up, Christopher McQuarrie closes deal to direct back-to-back Mission Impossible films.
Because Tom Cruise is...
He did the last one, right? Last two, right?
Yes. He did the last 2 or 3. Yeah. Yeah. Christopher McQuarrie fucking rocks.
So where else could they go?
There's already been comments that they're going to space. They're going to space, dog. Hey, Tom Cruise
meet up with fucking
Steve Carell. I just assume that at some point Tom Cruise is going to do that space jump. That
Halo jump?
No, not the Halo jump. He did a Halo jump already. That's boring. That's lame. That's on Earth. Fuck all that. We're talking about that. I'm talking about the one the fucking Red Bull guy did, where you're like on the edge of space. You're like, don't eat it, and just fucking jump off. I feel like Tom Cruise will do it, and he will die.
No, he won't.
He can't die.
No,
he's Jesus.
That's
No, he's fucking space religion Jesus. That's fine. Because he's got to get those out of the way. So those are coming in 2021 and 2022 to make way for his Top Gun Maverick movie. So
I thought that was already filming.
I think they stopped filming for some reason because he fucked his ankle up and all that other shit from the Mission Impossible movie. I think it stopped, and then I think it's starting up again or something like that. If I recall. So yeah. So they're filming these back to back. So I hope they go to 10, right? Because what was the last
7
one?
Now 6 was the last one.
6 was the last one.
4 more to hit the 10.
You got it. Look, who's asking for these
60 at that point?
Here's the thing: who's asking for these to stop? Nobody.
He's like 54 years old. How old is
and
that?
he can still run a fucking marathon in 12 minutes. Like, nah, yo.
Run a 40 and 4.3.
Right, like until Tom Cruise can't run anymore.
He's 56.
Yo, he's more shredded than I am, and it pisses me off. It pisses me off.
Get your Scientology diet up, bro.
Well, and also I need millions of dollars so I don't have to go to work every day.
He's going to be like 65 years old still running across buildings.
Faster than anybody here.
That's crazy.
That one tracking shot in the latest Mission Impossible.
Where he was...
Yo, that shit looks fucking dope.
That made me tired.
Why does my chest hurt?
That's the one we broke his ankle.
Yeah, when he jumped over,
he's like smash. Like, oh, good job, Tom.
But like that scene where he's like running out of the tunnel and it's that tracking shot as he comes out. That's a fucking gorgeously shot scene. You're just like, Jesus Christ. But
he's 56. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, he is in insane shape. What is his regiment like? Tom, if you could just get up and just run 14 miles at full blast. It's like, no problem. Got it.
I want to see him run a fucking marathon.
He'd
think
win.
He could do it?
Yes.
That's how many miles is that? 26?
26 miles? Yeah. Something like that.
No. That's a lot. Like, he can run in like short bursts. Like, he can do like a sprint.
You think he could beat
Usain? Maybe like 2 or 3 minutes? Fuck no.
They beat Usain Bolt
a 26-mile run? Nah, he ain't got that kind
I
of
feel
stuff.
like if Tom Cruise is at top speed, like running around a corner, and then they let Usain Bolt start, I think Tom Cruise might be able to, like, he might be able to keep up.
Nah, but he's too short.
His legs are like, shit.
Yeah, Tom Cruise is like 5'6".
I think he's 5'6". Fucking Usain Bolt is like 6'2", 6'3". Just like his legs are as tall as I am. It's ridiculous. All right, question of the week. So this had nothing to do with any of the news, but I was curious because I was walking around my house and I was just thinking about something this morning. Like, I don't own any DVDs anymore, or very, very few. So the question is the physical medium for movies becoming a throwaway item in the era of streaming? Are you still buying DVDs and Blu-rays? Why or why not? This is actually rather surprising to me. Andy says, Andy has the correct answer, which is, I buy everything on iTunes now. No need to clutter up my house with discs. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I don't really understand why people are still buying them.
Yeah, I remember we had this conversation on Dense Pixels about physical media, and we were like, nah, that's fucking crazy. Why the fuck would we not buy DVDs or CDs? I haven't bought a fucking game in like 7 years.
Yeah, because I kept yelling at you. I was like, bullshit. Yeah. When all the Xbox One and all that shit comes out, you guys are gonna buy digital. You're like, no, we're not gonna buy digital. And then you're like, I don't only buy digital. Yeah, of course, because you do this. Click, clack,
like I can order something now and it'd be downloaded by the time I got home.
Right, exactly. It's the ease, right? Yeah. Now, if you live in the Midwest or in like rural America, it makes sense.
Lives, he has no internet at all. He does, but doesn't.
And he's like, I buy on iTunes. Like, fuck that. Like, even he doesn't do it. He lives in, Capilano or wherever the fuck he lives. In Nevada, Winnemucca.
I think there's something to be said about the special editions, though, because like I buy like the last game that I bought that had the physical media was Tekken 7. And it was
what did it come with?
It came with the Heihachi versus Kazuya like statue that's like this fucking big.
But do you need the game with that?
Do I need the game with it?
Yeah. You could have just like got the statue.
I don't think so.
Oh, but it's just like
it was a collector's edition.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, that makes sense.
I can understand that. But
so that was that.
Don't give me the game. Just give me the fucking code to download.
Like right. Yeah, just give me the code.
That's what they did with Carrie. She got the limited edition Fallout. They just gave her a code.
They just gave her a code. They didn't even give you a disc. That's fucked up.
They gave her the code to download the game, but they gave her whatever the fuck bullshit limited edition shit she got with that terrible ass game.
But then my girl gave me Spider-Man, and the first time I got a chance to pop it into the PlayStation, it copied the entire fucking
download
disc.
The whole fucking game.
Yeah, and I'm like, what's the point? You know
why they do that. That's we told you to buy digital.
But the crazy thing is you can't play it without the CD.
No, you can't.
it downloads
there you
to
go.
the system.
See, that's dumb.
But when you do it that way, you still have to put the disc in the system.
That's stupid. And see, I bought it digitally.
Yeah.
So I mean, when it comes to games, no
discs. No, I'm sorry, I have.
I don't have a single one.
As far as movies are concerned, the disc that I have, I'm gonna take a picture of my collection of stuff, because I have the original Marvel movies that Target sold when they came out in special edition cases. So Iron Man I got the Iron Man helmet that opens up into like a case, and then also got the Dark Knight one is Batman's face, and
I have that one.
And then when the Incredible Hulk came out, it's like it's a brick wall with his hands coming out like this, and so you open up and it's the Hulk's face and shit. Yeah. So I have those editions.
That makes sense.
To have, right? But they don't fit in your collection. Like you wouldn't be able to put it there because they're different.
Oddly shaped. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it is funny because I have very few now. Like if you look over there, there's like the Seinfeld thing. There's like the refrigerator. I have the West Wing series, which is like a folder, which is kind of interesting. But I got rid of all of my other DVDs. I literally just gave them away. Like I gave them to charity, like to Goodwill when I moved. I was like, I'm not moving to these. And I had like 320 DVDs.
Didn't Micah do the same thing?
Yeah,
and he had a lot more than you.
He had a lot more than me. We used to steal them from Kmart. Statute of limitations should be over. Like we didn't just like straight just like steal. We had a scam.
He used to work for Kmart, did he not?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, that's premium content.
Look, when you're working at Kmart, like you couldn't possibly understand what it's like. You couldn't possibly understand. So I had like well over 300 DVDs, and I literally just took them in bags to like Salvation Army, and like the guys would come out and take it. I was like, yo, just like sit the shit you want aside, dog. Like just get
give a fuck what you do with it.
Go ahead. This is a ton of DVDs because I just didn't have any room or use for them. Anything I want to watch, 9 times out of 10, it's on one of the streaming services. If I really want to watch it, it's not. I just fucking ring up Jeff Bezos and I just rent it. Like it's not that serious.
I don't know. I got the Roughnecks collector's edition from Starship Troopers, like the animated show that came on. Like I have that on DVD. I still have VHSs of all the Dragon Ball movies.
No,
I can't help it.
No,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you a damn fool.
You got a VCR?
No.
See, that's dumb. That's dumb.
I mean, I don't know what to do with them.
They may be worth money someday.
I don't know. No. Like, but these were the dubs that I got off of eBay, and I paid like $200, and used to dub these when I was in high school and sold them out of my locker.
I bought one thing from eBay.
The Roughneck. Is this what you have?
Yes.
Wow. You could have just bought it on Amazon.
But see, this is when I worked at Best Buy.
Oh, you can't stream it though. Okay. Oh. No. Yeah, you got to buy the DVD because 9 people have it. Congratulations.
Maybe worth something. Who knows?
No, it was great.
It's literally not worth anything at all.
And then I have all 3 seasons of Beast Wars, and
wow,
yeah. And I've got.
All right, let's go to people's responses because your responses are ridiculous.
I've got all of the DC animation stuff from Batman the animated series all the way up to Justice
and you
League.
can just get the DC streaming service and watch their shitty shows and watch that. I mean, you can pay for it. Sounds cool, right?
Yeah. Why pay for it if I already own it?
Well, that is a fair point. I don't know why anyone would pay for that streaming service, but that's nor here nor there. Lance says, bruh, I haven't bought a DVD since The Force Awakens.
It's not that long ago.
It's not that long ago. Dude, I have you beat. Like, I haven't bought some since probably I think the last thing I bought was the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, that was the last DVD I bought.
Last one I got.
I think the last DVD I bought was Fight Club.
Infinity War.
Oof. Like, when it came out on DVD?
20 years ago.
You're like, I'm out.
Yo. What was your most watched DVD?
Fight Club. No, I'm not mocking him. I'm saying that for myself also. I also used to watch it all the time.
I remember one morning I watched Fight Club. I watched the movie and then I watched it with the commentary twice. Mm-hmm. I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
It's so good.
Mine was Independence Day. To this day, I have watched Independence Day 34 times. Fuck y'all.
Independence
Day?
That one, and then
I like that movie. It's ridiculous.
And then the first,
you know the whole speech, don't you? All right, next question. God damn it. Jesus Christ. Unless you really need Blu-ray 4K quality, but you can get 4K on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I can see whatever movie I want thanks to Netflix, Hulu, Prime, borrowing it from the internet. That's not borrowing, that's stealing. Ken says, over the last few years, Netflix has lost the rights to too many things, and iTunes has taken licenses away from people who actually purchase content. Those are good reasons to keep buying physical media. We're not going back, but I say if you really want to buy the physical copy that comes with the streaming code, call it insurance. That's a fair point, I suppose. Some people are really adamant about having physical copies of comic books. I am not. Mm. I just don't care enough.
I mean, there's something to be said to actually having the book in your hand, as opposed to
what?
I mean, there's
something to be.
There's something to be said. The thing is that
it's not a very good thing
because it's saying that you're moving towards this digital age where everything is intangible. And is that really what you want?
Oh, so you're a Luddite.
I mean, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying they have that.
I'm tying it to you because you're saying it. No, I'm kidding. But no, I mean, look, I do think there's an argument to say oh, I like the feel of a book and stuff like that. I don't care. For me, I don't care. But I also do understand the idea of wanting physical books just because we are inundated with screens all the time. So sometimes I have a book that I'm reading upstairs. So I like the fact that I can turn off my digital brain for a second to read a book. That does feel refreshing. So I get that. I do. But I'm not going to go out and just buy a ton of books.
And the interesting thing is the one thing I do miss about getting a physical copy of a game is the instruction manual. But they stopped making those.
Yeah, quite a while
ago.
So
I was what the fuck? And never really necessarily read them. I just wanted it. I don't know.
So you
why.
can just flip through it sometimes.
Yeah. See,
between loading screens.
If we're talking about those types of experiences, I like going to GameStop at midnight or standing in line for Grand Theft Auto or not Madden. I never played Madden, but I mean just any of those games that were
the big ones, midnight releases.
Yeah,
I on the other hand did not because I used to work for GameStop and I used to do that. I
thought that shit was fun.
I will never forget. I will never in my life forget the 4th episode of Dense Pixels of Terrence relaying a story about
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yo, him doing his
GTA. Which one was it?
You doing your Baltimore accent might be one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Yeah, I can't remember which GTA, but it was a GTA. No, it was because I went to pick it up.
You went to pick it up.
GTA 5, and the nigga was like, "Yo, if you didn't reserve it, you can't get it." I'm like, "But there's like mad copies, yo." And he was like, "Nah, you can't pick it up, yo." I'm like, "What the fuck? I don't
write your name down. I'll call you tomorrow."
He was like, "Yo, you come on in the morning, you can pick it up." I'm like, "Nigga, I'm here now, nigga." Okay, you had enough copies for me to pick one up, but he didn't give it to me.
So I think that's the 4th episode.
I don't.
4th or 6th episode. I have never laughed so hard in my life. Jesus Christ. It was pretty good.
That story's ridiculous.
Kevin says, I buy Blu-rays and DVDs at discount stores like Big Lots and Walmart only when it's $5 or less. Smart man. Only because most of the streaming services lose the rights to them. If Michael says, if I love a movie enough, I will buy it on DVD. Chris says, I don't think it's a throwaway, but I do feel folks are selective on what movie and then what they want on Blu-ray. Streaming is fine, but you tend to forget that legit sites that stream tend to lose license for films. So it's not 100% reliable, and that's on top of films that have never hit physical copy medium nor have been streamed ever. I still buy them mainly because it's nice to have. Trey says, I still buy physical movies and I get physical DVDs and Blu-rays from Netflix. Wow. You live in like 1995, Jesus Christ.
That's weird.
If Netflix sent me anything besides a bill, I'm like, get out of my face.
But there's so many movies.
I forgot they still did that.
But they absolutely still do.
Because there's so many movies that they don't have on their streaming service that they just have the disc for.
But you have to sign up for that specific to get the disc service. I'm not paying extra for that.
How much extra is that shit?
If it's 50 cent extra is too much. No. If it ain't on there, it ain't on Hulu, and it ain't on Amazon, it don't exist. And then
because Amazon does have everything.
They pretty much Amazon became Blockbuster, basically. They became digital Blockbuster. I rent movies on Amazon all the time. And like, if you rent them not when they first become available for rent, they're like $4, $3, something like that.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Watched Unbreakable, $2.99.
$3.99. If it's an old movie, it's like $2.99. Like, and if it's a new movie, the most I've ever paid for like a newish movie is like $5.99, I think.
Is it HD rent?
Yeah, it's an HD rent.
Why is there even a standard like option?
Just price. That's just it. Just because some people want to pay less. So I'm like, if there's an HD version, I'm never getting the standard version. I don't care if it's a $2 cheaper. Don't matter. I'm not watching that.
I'm not
watching. I'm not watching it through fucking cellophane. Get out of there. It looks like fucking garbage. Carrie says, I still buy physical copies of a few movies, MCU movies for me and Disney movies for the kids, mostly for the collector aspect of it all. I don't see them getting rid of the format anytime soon, just like game consoles aren't going exclusively digital yet. Let the infrastructure of the United States change where everybody can download. Well, it's over. Because everywhere else in the world, they're way ahead.
So far, it's sad.
Yeah, let Winnemucca get 250 down. It's over. It's over.
Dude,
I ain't buying nothing.
I got this new Verizon, or I've had Verizon, but got this new upgrade. Yo, $8.99 down, and like
$8.99.
It's like because I got like a gig, like the whole gig going up.
Yeah.
Like
how much?
Man, I don't know. Christine pays it.
Nigga, that's $1,000 a month.
Hey, whatever. I just know I get a gig a second.
That's insane.
Like, okay.
Wow, you can see all the details on your Titan or whatever, you dork. He's like
Titan Master Race.
See, I knew it.
How long does it take to download shit with that?
Nothing. Like
a full game.
That's the thing. Like, let's say
PS4 for some fucking reason. Well, you Xbox,
but I have both. Well, she's got a play. She's got an Xbox. I have my Xbox, and I've got my PlayStation in between the two.
Right.
So as far as whenever let's say there's a patch coming in for Destiny, I can the last update for Forsaken, which was
it was big shit.
Yeah, the Black Armory stuff. like 1.3, 1.6 gigs or something. 5 minutes, 4 minutes.
Jesus Christ!
Wow, that's
really
fast. Yeah, that seemed kind of. For 1 gig, that seems kind of slow for that much.
I mean, because it was downloading both at the same time.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Because I turned on her Xbox and my Xbox at the same time and did it, and it was like $7.98. I was just see whose was faster.
Yeah,
and hers was like a newer model, so of course I don't know for some reason. I guess the processor was better, was faster or whatever. But
you don't have an Xbox One X?
No, I have an Xbox. No. She's got the S.
Oh,
she's got the white S, and I've got like the OG. No, I've got the Star Wars Battlefront 2 edition.
Yeah,
I think that's the S, right? That's not an S?
Oh. It's a big black one.
Welcome to Dense Pixels, everybody. So, Evan says, I support movies by going to the theater. Otherwise, I watch them by other means. And Kelly says, I don't buy DVDs. Yeah, I go to the movies. Kelly says, I don't buy DVDs. I don't even have anything to play them on. I will get the complete series of Game of Thrones when that releases, but preferably in digital form. Yeah. Agreed.
That's the other thing. The only reason why I even have something to play it on is because I have a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox.
I don't have a Blu-ray player anymore.
Dedicated Blu-ray player.
I had one.
Who has that?
People who don't have smart TVs. Because those Blu-ray players all now come with those portals for Hulu, Netflix, and all that stuff.
There you go. All right. Let's quickly get through What the Fuck, just because it is very late. What the Fuck brought to you by JTD. Demetrius, you are up.
So I'm kind of surprised that this story came out of Washington, D.C., but it's about a Dublin, an Ireland guy. Anyways, a 33-year-old man.
I read this last night.
Was treated in a hospital after injecting himself with his own semen to treat back pain.
Okay, hold. Because I heard about this story, and I just want to read a tweet because I think it is very important. This is from one of our listeners, Danny. She says, I'm sure this will be on the Nerdpocalypse What the Fuck story this week. Man injects 18 doses of semen into arm to cure his back pain. And I responded, I said, you don't know us. and her response, very, very good. She says, and I'm betting that'll be Terrence's story. LOL. So
wasn't mine.
It wasn't his,
wrong,
but you were close.
Danny.
You were close.
Very wrong.
The man, after injecting the semen in his arm, developed a subcutaneous abscess on his right arm where he had been injecting himself on a monthly basis for 1.5 years.
I read this yesterday. I was like, yo, I'm still trying to figure out what Hotep website this nigga went to that said, yo, inject yourself with your own essence.
No, one of his friends from the IRA told him to do this. Remember, this is Ireland.
Because this is fucking bananas, yo.
He said his own essence.
Because I don't get it. And they didn't get, there's no excuse, there's no explanation.
A radiograph also revealed an excess water under his skin. An intravenous antimicrobial drip to treat the problems was started immediately, but the man opted to discharge himself without allowing doctors to make an decision to drain the local collection.
That's disgusting. Why? No, let them do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of a thing.
Let them drain the sperm out of your arm.
You disgusting.
According to the case report by Dunn, a physical examination of his upper and lower limbs identified a small and red popule on his right arm. He disclosed at this stage that he had been injecting his own semen as an innovative method of treating back pain. He had devised this cure independent of any medical advice.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you why.
Upon further interrogation
it's like
of this
glass.
alternative therapy.
Give me the answers to this.
It's so confusing. It made me so mad.
It's confusing.
Upon further interrogation of this alternative therapy, he revealed he had injected 1 monthly dose of semen for 18 consecutive months using a hypodermic needle, which had been purchased online. You think he might be thinking stem cells?
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly right? Because he's probably thinking, oh, this is the building block of life because you need semen to be the building block of life with an egg. Yeah, that's not... See, stem cells... See, this is how you know people are dumb. stem cells are a lower form of quote unquote life than sperm because there are stem cells that become sperm. Like you can't do that. You can't do that. You don't just grab the stem cells like whoop, got him, and just fucking stick it in. What are you doing? Don't inject anything pulled out of yourself or thrown out of yourself back into yourself. It is thrown out of you for a reason. It is trying to get out.
Have you watched Future Man?
I've watched a little bit of Future Man.
The first episode where he came on the dude.
Yes. Yeah. That show is insane. This show is insane. I made like 2 episodes. I was like, all right. I'm not 12. Like, I can't. It's a lot of potty humor for me.
Yeah, and what's his, Keith David has herpes. I'm like, oh, man. I can't do this shit.
Yeah. I was like, I'm gonna review this show, and I was like, nah, I can't. It's funny, but it was just like, this is too much. Like, that's too much.
I'm not a huge fan of toilet humor.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I just can't deal with it.
I'm not either. All right, Terrence.
Spiders raining in Brazil leave student who filmed phenomenon stunned and scared. I've seen this before. This is not the first time this has happened. So spiders are basically just like chilling in the sky because they're like they create webs that cover.
No, move.
I don't need that in my life.
No, move.
It says a young boy has filmed the incredible moment it began raining spiders in Brazil, leaving him stunned and scared. Hundreds of 8-legged invaders can be seen floating in the sky in the astonishing clip captured in a rural area of southern Minas Gerais place. Although the spiders appear to be falling from the sky, they are actually being suspended by a massive web they have spun to catch prey. Fuck all of that.
I ain't going outside.
I'd have set that bitch on fire. Like it'd have been. You ever see that movie Fire in the Sky? Yeah, that's what it would have been.
No, you remember
legitimately.
No, you remember the part in Watchmen where the cops try to when they're about to grab Rorschach and he just fucking grabs the hairspray.
Yeah. No, like, can you imagine that fucking visual of setting that web on fire?
Oh, it'd be wild, super wild.
That'd be crazy.
Nah, I would, and I would.
And I feel like they would be like a really loud noise because I feel like spiders make noise, but then there's so many of them.
Yeah, it would probably
be a crazy sounding like. Ew.
Have you ever heard? You ever heard that story where people from like Afghanistan or whatever, like they know, they see the camel
spiders.
Nope.
Yeah, the camel spiders.
They say they sound like fucking
like crabs walking.
Yeah, because I got a friend who was asleep and then was awoken by the motherfucker walking on the wall.
Oh, fuck that, yo. I would blow my own brains out. Like, I couldn't deal with it.
No, but first of all,
I don't like getting close to spiders.
Yeah,
you're spiders that large.
Yeah, you're
like little spiders are fine. Like a spider that fucking big, and it sounds like a fucking nigga with clob hoppers out.
Yeah, no, it sounds like high heels.
I don't need that. I don't like high heels, yo. Nah. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I remember you said that. I remember you said that once. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm like, I don't really care.
Take that to bed with you tonight.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that.
Nah, don't do that.
Next Can you imagine that though?
No. I would empty an entire M16 into that wall.
Yeah, they all got guns. Like, there'll be bullet holes.
Whoever's on the other side of that wall, thank you for your service, my nigga.
Like lying on the ground.
Yeah,
but yeah, Fire in the Sky of spiders. I think that would be like a nice type of borealis.
Nope.
Nope.
Next up, gross. High school student injects himself with DNA pattern made from Bible and Quran verses. What? No, I don't like people, man. People are the worst.
This shit doesn't make sense.
That title is insane. Adrian Locatelli, a young biohacker from the French city of Grenoble, has been called an idiot. Like, that's not me saying that. That's what the article says. Has been called an idiot for undergoing a bizarre DIY experiment in which he injected himself with DNA patterns made from translated passage of the Bible and the Quran. So you took science and then just used a bunch of made up nonsense. Good job. Locatelli, who is believed to still be in high school, started off by selecting passages from the Christian and Muslim holy books and then wanted that he wanted stored in his body in the form of DNA. He then assigned one of the 4 letters corresponding to the chemicals that DNA is made of, ACGT, to every character in the passage in the order GACT. Using free online tool, and the daring experimenter translated into nucleotide information into protein sequences, and then he ended up injecting into his thigh. Why? Simply because he was curious as to know if it could be done. Yeah, it could be done. You're lucky it didn't fucking kill you, you fucking moron. Recent studies have reported that it was possible to convert any type of information into DNA for the purpose of storage. Cool. So they're trying to make Johnny Mnemonics. That's good. That's great. That was a terrible movie, but that's basically what they're doing. Yeah, look, biohacking is super fascinating, and I have done some reading about it, and I've listened to a couple of articles, read about it, and you can like fuck up so bad that you can end up unraveling your own DNA and cause massive issues. Damn. Like really bad shit. There's also a theory that there are some athletes that have been doing gene therapy with like biohackers that they can turn off, what is it called? Like myostatin in their body. That is the thing that tells your body to stop creating muscle. So they turn it off, gain a bunch of muscle, and then they're like, turn it back on. And then they're just like way bigger. Jacked. Way bigger and stronger. Yeah, but it's incredibly fucking dangerous. It
sounds like it.
Yeah. Is it worth it? I don't think so.
It's some splicing shit that you see.
Yeah. But like an athlete's
can't turn it back on.
Oops. And you know those, you ever seen those pictures of those huge bulls, like the really muscular, overly muscular bulls? They have a myostatin issue.
Oh.
Yeah.
But the dog that I sent you in the group chat.
Yeah. Yeah. They have a myostatin issue. Like that shit's not normal. Yeah, that dog looked like a fucking ant, like just a fucking insane animal. I was like, do not want.
Yeah, good job, fella.
Yeah, so he didn't die, but he was known as an idiot, so that was accurate.
That's pretty funny that the article clearly stated.
Yeah, I mean, this article's right. Quickly through trailers, High Flying Bird. This is Steve Soderbergh's latest movie. Yeah, shocking news. He didn't actually retire from making movies. This looks good. About, I guess there's an NBA strike, and an agent wants to make the guy he's representing somehow flip the NBA on its head and bring sort of the monetary power back to the players, or equally distribute it back to the players. It looks good. It's a Netflix movie. I like Steve Soderbergh. I like Steven Soderbergh's work. It's great, except for Haywire. That was terrible. But this looks good. What do you guys think?
It looks interesting.
Yeah. Your thoughts?
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, yeah. The thing is, my interests don't really lie within like real world shit. Like, okay, all right, that's cool, but I want to see some superpower shit. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to watch entertainment that is so close to reality that it's not fun.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's me.
I get that. Here's something that's normal, close to home. Ghostbusters 3. Directed by Jason Reitman. I assume he's the son of Ivan Reitman.
Yes, he is.
What's fascinating about this is it's taking place in the original universe. This is not a reboot. This is not an offshoot.
This is a sequel to 2.
This is an actual sequel to 2. What's cool is I didn't realize who Jason Reitman was. He directed Thank You for Smoking. Did you ever see that?
I have. Yes.
It's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, so he's done a couple of movies actually. So he's certainly a capable director. So okay, I don't know that I care though.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I need to see
2
something.
came out 30 years ago.
Yeah,
maybe even longer.
It's about 30 years ago.
I'm not worried.
25.
I don't know. Did you watch any of the cartoons?
Yeah, Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I like
you play the game
or Ghostbusters Extreme or whatever they're called. I played the best one.
Mm-hmm.
The one that was
basically
Ghostbusters
like 10 years ago. Yeah.
It was basically Ghostbusters 3. Yeah.
That was good. It was a good game.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't care. Like, I'm not a huge Ghostbusters fan to begin with. I personally think the second one is better.
I like the second one.
But yeah. So whatever. It's coming out next year.
Okay,
that's fine. That was that's a teaser.
That's a real teaser.
That's what a teaser is supposed to be, not a fucking trailer like we got with the Spider-Man teaser.
Yeah, no.
That was a 2-minute trailer.
John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum.
Look, I just hope it's good.
I did not care for John Wick 2, frankly. I thought it was not as good as John Wick 1.
It wasn't. It had more action, but like it
was just boring.
Action for action's sake, kind of thing.
Yeah, it didn't feel like
kind of almost looks like it's going along the same lines as 2.
But sometimes they have the sequels within trilogies that serve as a bridge to get to the third one, so they can like tie it all together.
And that's certainly what 2 was, seemingly.
And like it wasn't meaningless. I mean, did Common live throughout that?
I hope not.
I don't remember if he lived or not. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, it still build out the world, and like some of the same characters that are in 2 are in this one here. So it could very well be a trilogy in mind. A lot of people didn't like the second Matrix.
It was bad.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't good.
But it served a purpose to get to the third one, which was
not as good. I didn't like this. I didn't like that one either. What will be interesting is to see. I have to say, I think that those 2 guys need to be together. Like the 2 guys who directed the first one. I really truly do. They've all been written by the same guy, Derek Kolstad, but I think David Leitch or Lesh or whatever, however you pronounce his name, I think he needs to be there. I think those guys work really well together because I think David Lesh might be the better of the directors because he did Deadpool, like the second Deadpool movie. I think he might be the better of the 2 directors. And I don't know if maybe he's good at saying, okay, we got to cut this, we got to bring this in and stuff like that. Where I thought Deadpool 2 worked. Like, I think it super worked. So we'll see. I'm just hoping that they nail it. I really am. But I thought the second one was certainly a dip down in quality. So we'll see. Next, Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah, I think they're going to do it again, guys. I think they're going to do it again.
The thing is, like, what I hate about knowing that, knowing what the Marvel slate is that I know that these movies, that there's no suspense. There's no like, okay, well, this character's not gonna come back because we automatically know they got a sequel and all this other shit. Like,
sure.
But couldn't they have saved this until after Endgame? This is
my only gripe. Is this trailer should not have come out until after Endgame. That's my only gripe.
Because we're going to go see it.
Yeah.
Endgame comes out, April 21st, 23rd or something like that. It's in mid-April.
There was no reason to show this so early.
I mean, I'm glad of course I'm going to watch it, but at the same time, I could have been all right without it.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's my only gripe. The trailer in and of itself is fucking awesome. Like, it looks good. He looks more comfortable in the fucking suit, even though I thought he was really great in the first one. Like, they're doing the classic black and red suit instead of, the more bluish red. I have a couple theories. Mysterio looks dope. They gave him the fishbowl helmet. It looks good. Like,
I can already tell what the story is for Mysterio.
Oh, of course.
He's going to put himself out there to be the hero, and basically show up Spider-Man, and then there's going to be the heel turn where he's going to be the bad guy.
His basic original story is he gets exposed by Spider-Man as a fraud, and then he turns on Spider-Man, and he's like, then he becomes bad. Like that's the obvious story. What's interesting is I think, and Micah had the same point, and I wanted to read what he said, which is, okay, I just watched it. Is he fighting the elementals? Which seems to be true, which is why you saw like the Sand Guy and like the
Hydra Man.
What people thought was a Hydra Man. Mysterio looks good. Like the fishbowl. I kind of wanted Spider-Man to be taking on Mysterio head on, but still so early. Maybe I'll get that solid teaser. So yeah, he says his hot take was the elementals are elaborate special effects that Mysterio makes. Spider-Man finds out, exposes him. Mysterio turns heel. Yep, that's my thoughts on it. Exactly, but that's fine. That's fine.
How do we feel about Nick Fury being back?
Good. I'm glad he's back.
That was,
He tranked a kid. That was funny as shit to me.
Yeah, you might want to flip him over so he doesn't swallow his tongue. Like, God damn. Also, Nick Fury is so good at stealth that Spider-Man didn't even know he was there. Isn't that interesting?
Why didn't Spider senses tingle?
Because he doesn't pose a threat to him. His intentions weren't there.
That's true. That's true.
Come on, guys, comic book logic.
But he should have still known he was there.
No, not necessarily. He doesn't have that kind of. His only awareness is those
danger to him.
A danger to him, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Anything else? Your thoughts on Spider-Man trailer?
That was awesome.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Jake Gyllenhaal tear it up as a villain, though. He's so good, man. Like, I don't think people realize, like, if you don't watch indie movies, like, he's had like a little bit of a renaissance as an actor, like slowly on the kind of on the back end. So it's kind of cool to see him doing like a big mainstream movie, especially after one of my favorite movies, Nightcrawler, which I thought he was great in. So
when is that art movie come out? Is that tomorrow or next week?
What movie?
The movie that he's going on, the Netflix movie.
I think it's Velvet Buzzsaw. It's either today or it's either this week or next week. I think it's next week.
Okay,
something like that. All right. It's very late here. So that's it for us, and we will see you guys next time.
Take it easy.
Bye. You're watching the Nerdpocalypse YouTube channel. Make sure you click that button to subscribe and check out our weekly podcast where we talk about movie, TV, news, tech, and weird stories from around the internet.